HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is.
Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing, love with it. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Make your lady back up in this, hop up in the six, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank, I got plenty change. She rep HBK over everything. Married to the gang with the wedding rag. Everybody try to duplicate, we just innovate. Young and making plenty cake, get my straight. I'm a heartbreak vet, being broke what I can't accept. I'ma hold it down to the death. No Reeboks, cause it's all about a check. Bet $1 million that your man ain't like this. Cause I stack my chips, I'm on my grind. Mind on money, money.
Pre-game show.
I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. They don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. Say they don't love us, they just love it. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live, how we live.
You can hear the roar here in Oklahoma City. It'll be the defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors facing Oklahoma City. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
And for Russell Westbrook. A heroic effort last season, but not necessarily an efficient one. He averaged 28 points a game, which led the league, but shot a 5-year low of 43% to get those points. And he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high volume usage now with all the injuries.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Westbrook with it, picked up by Thompson. And then Durant with the dunk.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
And here's Westbrook. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Curry. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Curry against Westbrook. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Bogut. Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Durant dishes to Westbrook. Takes the 3. They get it again.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Curry outside. He will go with it the other way.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Another miss by Westbrook. Golden State's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg the Magic job back in 2007? Yeah.
There was a change of heart for him with the Orlando, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
And Adams with the slam.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead.
Ibaka. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Westbrook's got the ball. Here's Adams. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Out to Thompson. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And it's Westbrook missing. The Warriors leading. From deep. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
And Thompson throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry. A different look for Oklahoma City. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Steven Adams. Waiters comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Andre Robertson. Spates checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. Kyle Singler, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Golden State also making some changes. Azili's checked in for Draymond Green. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
And the Thunder had plenty of reason to be down last year because of the injuries. A big place that it hit them was on offense. They just were not the same absent, mainly Kevin Durant.
Thunder trailing by 3. And Foy kicks to Ibaka. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's Livingston. The three-pointer off the mark. We were used to seeing the Thunder as a top offensive team, as you mentioned, Greg. Last season, they finished 18th, Clark, in field goal percentage.
And, you know, for context, that's the lowest they finished since their first year in Oklahoma, Kevin. Usually you can find them among the top 5 teams in the league when they're healthy.
Now here's Waiters. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and he gets the bucket.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Livingston passes to Azili. Barbosa for 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
And it's sent back by Spates. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Morrow's checked in. Here's Cantor. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. This one for 3. Morrow, no good. Barbosa for 3. The Thunder pull it in.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Here's Livingston. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the...
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his...
Anywhere 5-6 feet.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
So another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Cannon is the power forward with Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Anthony Morrow. And it's Waiters in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down in the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
There's Green with the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
They've done a really good job of knocking down their long-distance shots here in the second quarter. I mean, they're shooting... You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant's checked in for Enes Kanter. Kyle Singler comes in for Waiters. And it's Roberson in for Anthony Morrow. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Russell Westbrook.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence. And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. So we'll see Steph Curry go to the line right here. They get Russell Westbrook. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was the head of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And with Curry and the MVP, there was some pressure with Harden. Relatively close voting, but Curry was the clear winner. Hard to argue with the season he had, leading his team to 67 wins last year.
He's checked in for Oklahoma City. Golden State also making some changes. Andrew Bogut checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Iguodala in for Thompson. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Iguodala's got 5 now.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Durant with it. Bogut picks him up. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Ball stolen. It's Iguodala with the drive. And he bangs it home with one hand.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he
shattered the backboard.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Adams. And despite some of the injuries over the years, Andrew Bogut still one of the game's best shot blockers, averaging well over 2.5 a game in his career. And Greg, he protects the rim like few others can. A rugged player.
And in last season, almost 3 block shots per game. And with all the offensive firepower around him, I think it really allows him to play to his strengths. That's why having a great team is about pieces of the puzzle fitting. He's a terrific piece for this group.
The dive for the ball, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And the Thunder with some changes. Cantor comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Roberson. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
For Oklahoma City, Durant's checked in for Singler. Andre Robertson comes in for Waiters. And Russell Westbrook has subbed in for Randy Foye. Then for the Warriors, Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Klay Thompson comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Barbosa in for Steph Curry. Rebounded by Barbosa. Talking about Ibaka does so many things that help his team, the little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting, up to a remarkable Clark 84% last year.
Yeah, but, you know, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games.
when the game got sloppy, introducing the Lone Ranger, King Mosabi, the horses were big. The 10-gallon tracks, the hood cowboys with the 10-gallon raps, racking ACG boots and baseball caps. I agree, this ain't a simulation of the doo-doo. This is the shot said to get used to. Gangstar foundation to treat, we brainstorm shot. Now I just waited our chance to blast off. Year rounds in possession of Black Poet, Nick Khalil, the NYGs. I'm making diamonds out of pressure, my pipes are intact. Don't believe me, ask your boy in the back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, 2 ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. We'll see the Golden State Warriors facing the West All-Stars. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the point guard. Count that one.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. From deep three-point range, and the basket by Curry. Curry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Curry against Curry. Curry with the steal. Now here's Barnes. Defense right on him. And it's Green missing. It's stolen by Bogut. Back to Barnes. Out to Thompson. That one wide left.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Curry. It's tipped. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Bogut. 6 points for Steph Curry.
There's a chance he could have a big...
He epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Curry after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Got him with the pump fake. Savvy move right there.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense because he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Outside Curry. And it's Bryant in the corner. Rebounded by Bogut.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs...
Kobe's got his first 3 points of the game. Oh, trying for it. Curry wide open and an up. Basket.